Hey everyone, I'm going to make this a quick video. A lot of people are asking me if I'm going to do one, and I haven't really had a lot of time. I haven't really kind of felt like doing one. But anyhow, the last video I put up was just a little short text message letting everybody know that I was in the hospital. And I went into the hospital on the 9th of June. You all know that I had the complete placenta previa, so it started bleeding. I went to the hospital. They admitted me, and I just stayed until we delivered. I had 3 episodes of bleeding while I was in the hospital, and the last episode of bleeding on the 29th of June is what caused them to go ahead and do my C-section. Originally, my C-section was supposed to be on the 23rd of June, but on the 22nd, when I had the amniocentesis, after having the steroid shots the week prior, or maybe it was a week before that, I'm not really sure, but anyhow, his lungs were showing to be still very immature, so they were going to wait 2 more weeks, but we only made it a week. So he was delivered on the 30th of June at 7:43 in the morning by cesarean, and he was 6 pounds 6 ounces and 21 inches long. And the surgery was okay, I guess, for surgery. I was just really nervous. They had to do it in the main OR because they wanted to make sure that they were prepared in case I had a lot of blood loss, and so they had a lot of blood on hand. We're putting several large IVs in me, and I don't know, I guess it was just making me kind of nervous, so I was kind of panicky through the cesarean section, but which I was surprised. I figured I would do just fine, seeing as how I had 2 before, but I guess it was just kind of a little bit different. So anyhow, we had a cesarean section. I didn't hear him cry right away, which kind of worried me a little bit, and then eventually we heard a few whimpers come out, and so that was a relief. His APGAR scores were 5 and then 8, and he was having some respiratory issues, so he had some respiratory distress syndrome, so they sent him down to the NICU, and the second day he was down there, he had a pneumothorax, which is just a collapsed lung, and he had that on his left side, and so he was put on the ventilator, and he was on and off CPAP and the ventilator, and back and forth, and finally he got on the high flow cannula, but he wasn't on oxygen support, just the support for the pressure down to his lungs. And so he actually stayed in the hospital for a total of exactly 2 weeks. And his lowest weight was 6 pounds 2.1 ounces, and when we went home on the 14th, his weight was 6 pounds 7.2 ounces, so just a hair over his birth weight. As far as postpartum in the hospital, the pain was pretty bad. I was on some pain medicine while I was in the hospital, and walking back, well, I didn't actually walk back and forth to the NICU while I was in the hospital. My husband pushed me in a wheelchair, but it was just a lot of strain on my incision, and so I think that's why it was just so painful. But after about a week, I was kind of feeling back to almost normal again, and now I don't have any pain. So a little bit about Noah. Let's see, like I said, he was 6'6" when he was born and 21 inches long. He had his first doctor's appointment last Friday, and he was 6 pounds 11.5 ounces. The hospital sent him home on some medicine. He takes a multivitamin daily, and he also takes NeoSure, which is made by Similac. It's got extra calories in it to help him maintain weight and gain weight. So he takes 2 bottles of formula a day, and he takes breast milk the rest of the time. We do put him on my breast to breastfeed. but he's not emptying my breast or getting all that he needs from my breast. So we have to supplement with the bottle afterwards. So I'm pumping more than breastfeeding. I'm kind of getting a little discouraged with the whole breastfeeding issue. I'm supposed to meet a lactation consultant on the 26th to see if we can't fix the whole sucking part. He latches on like a champ, but it's just he doesn't have a very strong suck. So I may just be exclusively pumping and just bottle feeding, which he seems to do good with bottle feeding. So anyhow, that, you know, let's see, I guess that's pretty much, yeah, this is like kind of like rambling back and forth, I know. He's not a fussy baby. He cries when he gets hungry, and a few times he's cried because he's had a dirty diaper, but not very often. He just doesn't cry very often. He's just kind of really calm, laid back and relaxed. He sleeps 3 hours a night. He does cry to wake up to, to eat, and so every 3 hours he wakes up, and I feed him, and then I change him, and then I lay him in the bed, and then I go pump, and then I lay myself down and wait for him to wake back up again. And so he got circumcised. We did circumcise, and they did the plastibell procedure where the little plastic ring goes on the penis and then it eventually falls off. So we did that, and I actually scared myself. I thought I pulled it off about 3 days after it was done, but it was healed. It was ready to come off. I was just so upset because I thought I pulled it off. But it's healed up, and his penis looks really good now, and we don't have to put Vaseline or anything on it anymore. And we have him in his cloth diapers now. He was in disposables, and we were actually going to continue to use disposables until he was out of the newborns, just as a convenience before we started the cloth diapers. But he got a really bad diaper rash on his bottom, and his bottom was starting to bleed. So we immediately just stopped the disposables because I was putting diaper rash cream on his bottom and it wasn't helping. So we immediately just stopped using them and put him in the cloth diapers, and his bottom looks wonderful. There's nothing wrong with it now. So it really helped to let his bottom breathe and heal up. So anyhow, he's eating about 2.5 ounces every 2.5 to 4 hours, and he pretty much sleeps all day. I guess that's about it. I don't really know much else to talk about. I'm about 10 pounds shy of my pre-pregnancy weight, although you couldn't tell by looking at me because I'm all flabby. And I got a whole bunch of stretch marks on my hips while I was in the hospital, and a few under my belly that I couldn't see that were kind of hiding from me. So I'm going to stop this video right here because I feel like I'm rambling. I didn't write any notes of special things to talk about. So if you have any questions, just ask me, and I'll make a list of everything, and then I'll do another video. But I will stop the video here, and then we'll go into the living room, and I'll show you little Noah, and we'll call it a night. And I'll make another video update sometime when I get another chance. Alright guys. Okay, here's Dad. This is my husband Ryan. Y'all haven't met him yet.
Hello.
And this is our little Noah. He's snoozing away. Say hey. Can you say hey? Yes. See, he's got some hair. It's thicker back in the back. Right back here. He's so cute. But and these are his little cloth diapers. They swallow him, but like I said, they make his butt much better than the disposables. And he likes sleeping with his daddy. But he's a good boy.
I like sleeping with him.
But he's a good little baby. So we're just glad to have him home and finally be a family. So anyhow, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.